Hi, and welcome to Willits Library, Obtainable Sustainable in 2022 introduction video. I'm going to introduce to you in this video a new program we're starting here at the Willits Branch Library. We are going to devote the remainder of this year to the environment. We're going to focus not only on climate change, but what we can do to help change that. We're doing this because we think it's important. We think the environment is important not just to us, but to our community. And we also want to make our sources available to you so that you can make good decisions when it comes to the environment. There are 4 ways in which we're going to focus on our topic, Obtainable Sustainable. The first way is with our collection. We've gathered all the books throughout our library that have anything to do with the environment or climate change, and we've brought them into one location. And you'll find them next to the computers when you come into the library. And there are a variety of topics in here. Things such as climate change, and these books can help you understand what's causing climate change and what can be done about it. We also have gardening books in this collection. These books will help explain how gardening helps the environment, how you can garden, even a small garden plot or large scope gardening. It'll explain to you how crop rotation is important for soil, how the plants can help soil erosion, how plants clean our air. And so these gardening books are a great resource for you. We also have books on composting, and these are important because not only is California has passed a new law saying that you can't put kitchen waste in the normal landfills anymore. They have to be composted, and there's ways you can do that at home. And so these books will help you learn how to do that. For example, did you know that 30% of landfills are filled with items that are compostable? And this leads to a lot of methane gas. And so let's do our part in composting. There's also books on water use, ways that you can save water. And if anything, this year has shown the importance of conserving water. You can do this in the house, and you can do this also in your landscaping. And we have books that will explain how to do that. We also have books on energy. 60% of our electric generation comes from fossil fuels. And that leads, of course, to CO2 emissions. And so every time you save energy, you're saving fossil fuels. Oh, I froze a little bit. Am I back? Okay, so we want to save energy so that we can help save the environment. Recycling is a way that we can help save not only the environment, but also save energy use. It reduces the amount of waste that goes to the landfills. It reduces the amount of raw materials that are pulled out of the earth, and it conserves energy because we're not using the energy to make new items. So recycling is an extremely important part of environmental change. Reducing waste is another way that we can help the environment and keep items from going to the landfill. And there's lots of ways you can do that just by learning to use less. You can do that by avoiding buying one-use items, single-use items like saran wrap and baggies, plastic wrap, and use other items instead. Switching to paperless billing gets all that paper that's now not in your mailbox that you're just going to turn around and throw away. We also have books on building. Maybe you're not going to build a whole house. Maybe you're going to build a tool shed. But when you do make decisions on building, you should make those decisions based on what's good for the environment. And we have books that'll help you do that. So come and take a look at our collection. And this collection is going to change as the year progresses. So anytime you're in the library, stop by and see what new books we have that may help you. The second way that we're going to share with you is through our pamphlet. This pamphlet contains sources, online sources, that will teach you about environmental change, but it also has some local sources, places where you can take, for example, recycled materials, hazmat materials. And so come in and pick up one of these pamphlets the next time you're in the library. The third way is that we're going to share with you is through programs. We're going to have both passive programs. Those are programs that are just in the library when you come in, something to look at, something to do. But also through our videos. We're already sharing some gardening videos. If you're on Facebook, you've seen those. And we're going to continue to share videos in Facebook on environmental change and ways that you can help the environment. The last way we're going to share with you is our DIY toolkit. This is a kit that has tools in it that you can use, and then when you're done, you bring them back to the library, and these tools will help you determine where you're wasting energy, where you're wasting water, and there's information on how to use this toolkit. It also has some items in it that you can keep, some weather stripping and things that you can use to help make your home more energy efficient and therefore more friendly on the environment. So let's do our part in 2022 to do our best to commit to making even a small change, because even the smallest of changes done collectively as a community can make a big difference. So the smallest changes, such as walking or biking places to save energy, carpooling, instead of driving alone to work, find someone else who's heading in that same direction. Using reusable water bottles. 40 billion plastic bottles are a month. 40 billion plastic bottles are used a month. And so by using a reusable bottle, that's saving all that plastic from being produced and from going into the landfills or worse, into our oceans. We can recycle, which also helps in so many ways. We should all concentrate on protecting our water sources and never allow anything to get down into the gutters that's going to drain to our rivers that are toxic sources. And there's ways to I don't know if it's recycle, but there's special ways that you can throw away these chemicals and that materials in the pamphlet that you can come by and pick up. By eating locally sourced food. I jumped ahead. I'm sorry. We can use less water through making sure our house doesn't have any leaks by drip irrigation and water-wise plants. Reducing waste is just small steps that we can make to help the environment. Eating locally sourced food. By eating something that's raised here locally, whether you grow it yourself or it's grown locally, or made locally, you're not relying on that trucking to go all the way across the continent in order to provide food, so that's less energy use. Eating less meat and dairy. This may seem like a silly thing that could cause environmental problems, but grazing land is depleting our forests. Meat and dairy takes a lot more water than vegetables. For example, 2,400 gallons of water are used to produce 1 pound of beef. And so I'm not saying that everyone should go vegan, but if everybody does just a little less, that makes a big difference. Reducing our plastic, again, by not buying plastic water bottles. 8 to 9 million metric tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year. That's the equivalent of a garbage truck emptying into the ocean every single minute. That's a lot of damage to our environment. And so by using less plastic, you're making a change. And if everybody does a little bit, it makes a big difference. And the last, this is one easy way that we can make a change, is by using LED light bulbs. They use so much less energy. They are more expensive than an incandescent, but they last a lot longer. And so you're buying less often. and it uses less energy and produces more light. And so it's a win-win after you recover that initial cost. And so these are some ways that we all can do small steps to change the environment. And then our books and our collection and our sources that we're going to have throughout the year will give you other ideas on ways that you can make a difference. And so thank you for considering ways in which you can make a difference in the environment. And if you'd like more information, please stop by the library and see what we have to offer. So hope to see you soon, and you have a great day.